Charles?
Yeah. No, but I'd rather Charlie.
Okay. They call me, people like to say my name is Theodore, but I like to be called Teddy, and those people who frown upon me say it's
Right.
So Charlie, it's great to see you here tonight. What a pleasure. This is going to be on the radio, by the way. Next Friday night. I'm sort of lost for dates right now.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what next Friday night is? Like what date that is, by any chance? Well, whatever it is, we don't have to worry about it because this is a James Petrecca production, ladies and gentlemen. And Jim will give you all the dates necessary to listen to the show next Friday night at 7 p.m. And if we could just turn this all the way around, we're now live. We could just clip that. We're live here Friday night on WPAT. This is an MRBI radio station that used to be out of Patterson, New Jersey years ago. WPAT, 9:30 on the AM dial. So it's great to be here with the Soul Survivors. Charlie, and this is a great monumental occasion for you and everybody that's here tonight. Hi, how are you? Tell us the first moment that sort of inspired you to get into the show business or to the music industry, which goes way, way back. It's like a whole history lesson here, I'm sure, which would take up many hours. But
Well, I'll tell you the truth. My first influence on me was my older sister because her crowd at the time, being teenagers, and me being a younger brother, it's like, take your brother with you. So, whenever she was hanging out with her crowd, I got to listen to the music that they were hearing, which of course at that time was Martin Block, Make Believe Ballroom, all that, the pop stuff.
My great Joe Franklin, who I used to work for, by the way, and of course emulated a lot of his shows and had him on our radio shows many times, worked for Martin Block. I think he also picked records for Martin Block.
Is that right?
But getting back to Martin Block for a moment, who are some of those great people that inspired you growing up on the radio or musicians that you listened to?
Okay, so Johnny Ray,
Johnny Ray,
Tony Bennett, a lot of that. Of course, Sinatra. Everybody says Sinatra, but to me, really, Johnny Ray and Tony Bennett were people who inspired me. And when I was 8 years old, I got up in front of the class and I sang "Rags to Riches," and from then on, it kind of grew to junior high school when I gave up the Yankees for rock and roll. And
did you always know you wanted to give up the Yankees for rock and roll? What made you want to actually give up a baseball team for rock and roll?
Well, I got to be that age when once you start hearing on the jukebox and on the radio, you start hearing that sound, you forget about everything else, and that's what you want to do. And that's what I started to do, with the doo-wop groups on the corner, on the roof, in school. As Kenny Van says, looking for an echo, that's what we did. And that progressed into what became, in the mid-'60s, as Soul Survivors.
Were you ever a fan of like the Drifters?
Of course.
We had
I went to every hour
like part of the Drifters on our show.
Yeah.
On our
Friends with Dave Brigatti.
Dave Brigatti, you've been friends with him for a long time, and Eddie Brigatti. You learned a lot from the Brigattis?
I learned nothing from them. No, I'll tell you what I learned from them. It's not that I learned from them, but I associated with them through the sound of the Starlighters. That same harmony is in the Rascals. It's the same thing. And I absolutely related to that because that's what we were doing. So.
You ever meet Benny King?
I never met Benny King, no. But I know that James
You ever meet Mr. Thomas? Charlie Thomas?
Of course, work with Charlie.
Charlie's a great man.
That's great.
We're going to get Charlie back on the radio show?
He's terrific.
That's great. So what would you like to say about this wonderful event here tonight in New Jersey, here in Rahway?
Well, I get to play with Bobby Rydell, who I've known for quite a while, and Tommy Mara, my favorite guy, and the Crest, and of course the Succio and the Classics, and my old friends the Times. It's going to be a great show.
I love the Times and the Crest.
And the kid, Chris. Cheerio. He's from that PBS New Generation. And he scored a big hit there. And,
How you doing? Good to see you. What a pleasure. I'm glad you WPAT, Teddy Smith. Good to see you again. I'm a great fan of yours. And,
thank you so much. I'm a great fan of yours.
I'm glad I have some left.
How you doing, Bob? Doing good.
This is one of the most unique experiences here, that we're doing this live radio show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That's why you joined us.
No.
That's right. It's going to be great to see you later on.
Love you. I'll catch you later.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are. Any other events you'd like to share with us tonight? What's the website or anything going on this summer or next summer or spring or what's left of the spring?
See, I have my group, Soul Survivors. I still work.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah,
group.
Basically out of South Jersey, Philly area. So we'll be holiday weekend, July 4th. We'll be down at Hard Rock in Atlantic City, and I also, with this show, with Tom, we're going to New Haven and north from here. We'll be bringing this show north, and then I do a lot of work in Florida with Tom.
The question is, where haven't you been that you'd like to go?
Oh, we're
How
having.
about that?
Well, actually, I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I'd like to play there, but really, I'd like to go back to Europe.
You speak about Florida. How about Key West, Florida?
Yeah, Key West is
or
cool.
Key Largo.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nice
say it.
place.
Yeah, beautiful place.
You like Key Largo?
Yeah, I do like. I
How
like
about Marathon? Now you're talking marathon. You got to put this on the air. The Marathon Key.
A lot of good bars in Marathon.
A lot of great bars. How about the Big Pine Key?
Yeah, man.
You ever been up and down Interstate 1?
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of great activity over there.
Yeah.
A
A lot more recently too.
Sugarland Key and Summerland and Sugarloaf.
No, it's a
How many
great-
copies did Expressway to Your Heart sell?
You mean out of the trunk or legitimate?
The street.
I know it was a million seller. I know that, and I know that it was the first big hit for Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. That I know.
Right.
And so
It was on the charts for like 15 weeks.
it was on the charts for both the Billboard Hot 100 and the R&B charts, which was in those days it was a good thing.
That was a big deal. You had
Big deal.
Billboard charts back in those days.
And it was Jeff's favorite song in
I
1967.
remember that, Jeff. Jeff is our videographer tonight, and Jeff Capozzi's right here. Now, WPAT, and of course, we'll play doo-wop. All the other radio stations will not. We will, and of course, XM will play it, on 50's channel, and it's great that terrestrial radio will actually play 50's music. We will play it, and we actually get requests on our shows for 50's and 60's music, just as though we got requests for Bobby Rydell's songs as of a few weeks ago. I'm still on a vacation break right now. It's nice to have a little vacation and time off.
Charlie wants to
Time
come
on,
in the
but come on the studio.
Yeah.
Come down and we'll play all your music on the radio.
I'll do it.
And then you can sing on the air like everyone else does.
Yeah.
Who else can do that on the radio?
Well,
You
you're
can
down
sing
at
it
Wall
live on the
Street,
radio.
right? Well, down by Wall Street.
Yeah, we're like right by the wall.
First time
you
I
turn
was-
around, you can't
The
miss.
first time I was ever on the radio, ever,
Was on
when
Wall Street.
when I was about 12 years old, I had a group, and we were on WNYC. live.
No, well, that's right by Wall Street.
Yeah.
We're all nearby. CBS FM's down the street.
Yeah.
And WPAT is down the street. WNYC's around the
Yeah.
corner. What could be better? You got all the New York radio.
It's the real Radio City. Look out.
Thank you. Look forward to your show tonight. Can't wait.
I'm gonna knock you out.
You promise? Hey, how are you?